Alright guys, welcome back to the video that a lot of you guys have requested, a review of the Amazfit GTR 4. Now I've actually been using this watch for almost a month. Now my initial video, I really ran down a lot of detail about the application and some about the watch, but now that I've been using this watch for roughly a month almost, like almost 3.5 weeks, I wanted to talk about it. So the first thing I did want to show you though is the battery life. You can expect battery life on yours to be what it is based on your usage. Now I do a lot of fitness and I'm pretty active and I get a lot of notifications. And so, you know, this is what my battery life is looking like. I'm actually going on day 5. That's going to switch over in a little bit, but yeah, I'm at 65%, folks. So you can't beat that type of battery life on a lot of smartwatches. So this is the current watch face that I'm using. I'm not using any kind of animated watch face or anything like that. So also remember, the type of watch face that you use will also determine your battery life. Now, your battery life also is affected by what you're doing with the watch. So if you're getting a lot of notifications on your watch, you're going to experience different levels of battery. So I will say that of all the Amazfit watches that I have, this one falls towards the lower tier of battery life. Meaning I get like 10 to, now I have Amazfit watches that last over a month. The Amazfit Neo, I mean, that's like a retro style watch. That watch lasts me over a month. And then all the other watches get between 10 and 15 to 20 days for the most part. I can get at least 10 days out of almost all my Amazfit watches, and I have a full suite of them. But I didn't buy the GTR 3 Pro or whatever. I just didn't see the need to go from the GTR 2 to the GTR 3. But when the 4 came out, wow! I mean, this is the kind of switch that I really like. So I'm starting with battery life because that's what a lot of people like to discuss on smartwatches, how they have poor battery life. And I have a ton of smartwatches. I have several Galaxy watches. This is the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, their latest watch. That gives me about 3 days. This is the Galaxy Watch 4. This gives me about 2.5 days, sometimes 3. And then I have Apple watches that don't even give me a full day. So I have about 3 Apple watches, and none of them can ever measure up to Amazfit for battery life. So most of my Amazfit watches get more than 10 days. Now this one, I'm getting right at about just a little over 10 days probably. But I'm still doing a lot of testing on it because I've had a lot of things go on with this watch for like my activities. So battery life, point is, you are going to get phenomenal battery life, and you should be able to get at least 7 days out of this watch. Now, what about the GPS lock? So I did a video on the GPS comparing it to my Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, and the GPS on here was equally matched. There's really nothing off about either one. I did a real short test, and this watch is very impressive. As you know, they're happy about their GPS on this watch. They've got 5 satellite locks now, I believe, and it works. It's perfectly fine. No issues whatsoever with GPS, tracking my location, with my workouts, or just tracking my location at all. Even if I'm just walking or something like that, I can turn it on and it'll track the path of where I am. I think that's something that you should definitely do. Even if you're not doing fitness on your watch, if you want to turn on your path to let someone know where you are and have it save up, you'll be able to do it. Just turn on your GPS lock, and then you'll be able to get a trace or a history of where you went for that time frame. So the GPS on here is good. The battery life on here is great. And the software experience. Now, the Amazfit software experience is one that some people, I don't think they frown on it. I just think that it's so simplistic and so easy to use that I think some people kind of forget. Now you can actually design this area here to have more of a pattern where they're all side by side, but I like to see the names next to the icons. So that's why I have it in the list view. But you can pretty much load this up with pretty much anything you can think of for applications that you want in here. I just think it's a huge plus to be able to have certain things in here for apps that are useful. I try not to keep applications on my phone that I feel like are not useful. And I do the same thing with my watch, because ultimately you're just draining battery and just having things, you know, get used for nothing. So when you see the phone icon there, that is something that this watch can do. You can make phone calls and receive phone calls from the watch. It's fairly simple, nothing spectacular about it. It's just like every other smartwatch that makes and receives phone calls. Let me see if I can pull up the dialer without revealing too much here. Okay, so yeah, here we go. This is what the dialer looks like. Nothing fancy, just a regular phone dialer, and then that's it. So I don't know what else to say about that. Let me dial a number real quick here. There you go, I got the volume. You can see that and it's ringing. Just like that. Hello? Good to go. All right, so it makes phone calls with no problems. Text messages, everything else. Some people have asked about that. Does it do text messages? And the answer is yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and send a test message here from my other phone here, as you can see. Hello. Are you busy? So it'll pop up, as you can see there. It says, hello, are you busy? I'm gonna go ahead and reply. You can do an emoji, you can do whatever. Send successful, and then it pops up over here. You can see that's the message that I sent right there. And then also you can reply with an emoji. Let's go back here. I'm gonna do another reply to it. Okay, then I'll reply with an emoji this time, and it should let me do emoji right here. Success. You can see the emoji pops up right here. So you can in fact do text messages and things like that. I don't know why some people are saying they're having problems with it. I don't know. You just need to go into the settings of the phone here. When you go into your Zepp app, this is for Bluetooth calls. And when you go to notifications, you want to go to SMS. You want to make sure this is turned on. And other than that, it's just going to work. And then you go to app alerts. I guess I'll give you the extra step too, and make sure messaging is turned on. That's what you have to do. That's it. And then you're good to go. So battery life, performance, GPS, phone calls, messaging, everything is working perfectly fine. All the health benefits of this, like all the things that have to deal with health, all work great. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Now, what don't I like about this watch? Well, this is the racetrack gray version, the limited version. And so the only thing I dislike about this watch is this band is too small. Literally, that's it. They sent the wrong size band. They sent a small band or a medium band, and I'm a large. Look, my fists are huge, so it's hard to get it through. So when I put this on, I have to really work and squeeze. Now, to be fair, once it gets on my wrist, it's good to go. I still have a big wrist, so this is like a large, but I need an extra large just to get it over my hand. But to be fair, it does in fact work on my wrist. It's a pretty nice size. I think this is about a large. But other than that, folks, I haven't had any other issues with this watch. I think it's really nice. It's a beautiful hardware on here. I like this much better than my GTR 2, because this is a replacement for the GTR 2 and the GTR 3. And you know, this is a good upgrade for folks out there that are wondering, should you switch? Obviously, don't just buy it if you just don't need it. But if you want to move to the latest thing that they're offering, they have this version right here. And they also have the GTS as well, and the GTS Mini. Those are all new. There's a new lineup there, so be sure to check that out. But just to follow up, after almost a month, this thing is crazy, man. I love the battery life. And like I said, I'm being really hard on it because it's a Amazfit watch for battery. All my other watches do easily over 10, and with this one, I'm getting about a little bit over 10 on every charge, maybe 11, 12. I'm looking for that 15 days minimum. I recently took a trip and I charged this to 100%, and it has literally been on that charge since last, when I leave. What's today? Thursday. I left on Sunday, I think, or something, like Sunday morning. So it's flowing right along. There's no problems with the battery. I just want a little bit more because this is a very nice sporty watch. I can change the band and put a leather band on it. It's a 20mm band, so that's not an issue. I just like the sporty look right here because I'm actually very much into fitness and I'm very active, and I don't want to put a leather band on it. I know you could change and have different bands, but I just think this band complements this setup. This is the way it comes to you out of the box, and I think leaving it like this is perfect for me. I don't take the watch off very often. And you know, it's just what it is. So if you're on the fence about this watch, you don't have to worry about battery. You don't have to worry about performance. You don't have to worry about phone calls, SMS. All these things work flawlessly. It works with an iPhone. I've already demonstrated that. It works with an iPhone. It works with all Androids. So, I mean, you're ready. So if you're thinking about getting the Amazfit GTR, I highly recommend it because I think you'll be happy at the performance, and especially if you're into fitness. I didn't go into fitness because I kind of covered that in some other videos, but I normally do free training because I'll do some strength training separately, but I'll add the free training in with the strength training, and I think that's the one that I do a lot of. So I do a lot of the freestyle and then some treadmill, but lots of walking and outdoor walking and cycling. I do different ones, but it's set to automatically pick it up. And that is something that I really like. I like that it automatically picks it up and I don't have to worry about it at all. So if you're wondering about the GTR 4, this is an amazing watch. Almost a month later, I highly recommend it, and it is totally worth it. When you compare, I'm comparing it next to all the other Amazfit watches, and then also I have other brands. I have a lot of other brands, not just Samsung and Apple. I have a ton of smartwatches. So last thing I want to talk about is the watch faces. The watch faces is something I was going to do a separate video on the watch faces, but I want to go ahead and put that into this video just to give you a little rundown of the watch faces. Look at how many there are, man. There are so many watch faces. I mean, it's ludicrous. You've got games you can play now here, and that shows you the performance of this watch right here. And I don't know if the other watches will do that as well, because I'm just not noticing this. And so I stopped using the GTR 2 to use this watch, and I didn't see some of these watch faces on the GTR 2 unless it's gotten a software update, and it has gotten several. But look at all these watch faces, man. I mean, the animated watch face section is really nice. So, you know, this one right here where it's moving, I think these are so nice right here, man. Let's download one of these free ones just to give you an idea. Let's save it as a favorite and we'll sync it. That's one thing I like also. The syncing time is now a lot faster. It's going to depend on your internet connection for the download, but this is coming off of their server. So I have 1 gig internet for Wi-Fi, and this is only 3.5 megabytes of storage. So, you know, this is simple to download quickly anywhere else, but look at how quickly it enables now compared to what it used to do in the past. Now, I was running another animated watch face on here, and I think it was pretty cool. Let me go back to it here. I was running, let's go to mine, and where's the one that I had? This one right here. See how quickly they change now? I was running this one for a while, and it didn't really kill the battery at all. I mean, it was fine. But I really like how fast these watch faces change now. If you've been using Amazfit long enough, you know that the watch faces used to take some time to change, and it was a little annoying, but you know, hey, it's good that they have everything updated now. And I'm a pretty simple, straightforward person when it comes to certain things, and I genuinely feel like the watch faces on here are more than enough. Now, people are asking about, can you install third-party ones? I've never tried, and I don't believe you can, because they have their own store. So I mean, someone else can try that, but I've never tried to install third-party ones on here. I just have the ones that are in the store, and I think this is the best way you could possibly do it, to, you know, just to make sure that you're getting the best out of your watch. But, you know, there's some tinkerers out there who will probably try to install other ones, third parties. I don't know how you would do that. You would need access to the Amazfit ecosystem, and I don't think that they're going to allow that, but don't quote me on that. So if you know that you can install third-party ones, leave a link down below, or don't leave a link, just state down below that you can. And I think, you know, a lot of people probably be happy about that. But these are a ton of watch face. There's a ton of watch faces in the store, and it's just so many. It's overwhelming. You can actually use a different watch face every day of the month. So And these are also in sections, folks. They're in sections. I hit more there, and then you go into the watch faces like this, if it will work and stop trolling me on camera. You go into them and you get them here. Now, one thing I did notice about the App Store now for their watch faces, there's not a lot of free ones anymore. There was a ton of free applications or free watch faces, and there's not a lot anymore. They're limiting the free ones to ones that I guess people might like. It gives you a sample enough to get you to liking something to where you'll start buying all the other watch faces. And I buy a lot of apps and stuff like that. So, but there it is, man. This is the Amazfit GTR 4. It is a phenomenal smartwatch, and I highly recommend it. It is the one to get right now for Apple and Android. It works great in all the functionality that if you just want fitness, phone calls, text messages, and other applications and stuff like that, it's ridiculously good. It's your man Jay. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.